unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Mighty! Mighty! 43! All day, baby, all day! Check four! Check four! Check, 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 check! Check, check! Flag now! Flag! Easy! Here we go!
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. He's at the 30. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Wait.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. On 3rd down, Winston. He throws it and hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 41, Winston. And Thomas has it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, McDonald. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Oh, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Ready. Following the fumble recovery, Miller letting one go deep for the end zone. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day.
To throw again. McDonald setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Running with Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Green, come on,
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He gets it to Thomas. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! Easy. That's me.
On the ground, Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready? 26 months. Rabbit. Go.
Operating from the gun, McDonald. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. Gronkowski, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Ready? Black, 22. Check, 43. I know he ain't got it. Flip.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 2nd and 12, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's going to fire, and Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Hey, you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Back to throw. McDonald. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Watch tight end. 4 down. Hey, orbit. 52, right 52. Wow, there.
To throw on 2nd down. McDonald. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
You ready? Mike 5-2. Yeah. You don't want none. Hey. High 7-9.
On first down, McDonald. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 23. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 30. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Looking long for Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
The second down throw for Winston. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Jameis now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Here we go, even.
Jameis to throw it. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down, Saints.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on,
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Looking to throw on second down. McDonald steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. On first down, it's Gurley. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Ready? 30 base.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal. Second and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Looking to throw. McDonald, and he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage, and the try for 2 is going to come up empty. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw again on second down. Winston, it's caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 47. A give to Kamara running right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Falcons' 48-yard line.
Ready? Flat, 22. Green, privacy.
On second and 11 now. Winston, and that's complete to Sanders. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Miller now on first down. And he's going to let it go deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Winston. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready, break.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but, hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on 3rd down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this first down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes him.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McDonald nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Second and 15. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McDonald. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, McDonald. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At their 49-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Shift, shift. Shift. Shift, shift. Check 3, check 3. Easy, easy, easy. Check 4, 3.
A give. This is Kamara. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 99, check 99, 25, check 25, check 25. Shoot, shoot. Alert, flat, alert, easy.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check, check, check.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Check nickel. Let's convert. Check 24, check 24. Alert 3. Easy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
5 on the 50. Check 5 on the 50. Let me go.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
The Saints take over at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They'll run it again with Miller. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Check. Lucky.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Falcons going to use another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. What can Winston do in the OT now? And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2nd and 1. That last catch short of the marker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout.
Ready, set. 26 Mike. Go. Go. Hey, wahoo. 26 Mike. 26. Be different.
On 3rd down, McDonald. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. On 4th down, McDonald. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.